the early super chat. I've been trying to go live for the last 2 days. They've been trying to stop me, hold me back. But I got a lot to say today. And we going to get into it. Salute to everybody that's here. Looks like everything is running smoothly today. I don't know what was going on yesterday. Must have been an update. Must have updated the systems, I guess. But salute to everybody. Like the stream. By the way, let me say this. Like, what is it with people disliking the stream before it gets started? Like, what was the point of that? You must really have a lot of emotional hatred towards what I have to say, and you just watch anyway. It's almost like you're a masochist, so to speak. You know? But you're really not going to like what I have to say today because I have some things to say. All right? But as always, shout out to everybody that has been showing support to me. I definitely appreciate it. And if you want to support the channel live, make sure you hit the super chats, as well as you can join the channel and become a member. You can also donate to the Cash App and become a Patreon member. All right? And shout out to everybody who has shown support to me over these months and years. You didn't have to do it, but you're doing it because you want me to know that you support what I do. Okay? And I so very much appreciate it. And I will continue to go in. I will continue to let people have it because a lot of y'all give me so much ammo. Y'all give me so much ammo when I make these videos, when I do these live streams. You give me so much material. But if you support it, make sure you go and do all of those things. All right?
Trump got a major legal victory in Pennsylvania a few minutes ago.
Yeah, Bad Hombre, I heard about that. Yeah. It's looking more and more like transparency is going to be had and fraud is going to be exposed. The media can cover it up. Social media can act like nothing is going on because they really believe that they can paint over this, but there's still a lot of time left between now and January. So, yeah, that is a win. I think there's going to be more wins. The one thing that annoys me is that even the people that support Trump are downplaying whether he will win or not. That's one of the irritating things to me. If you support him, why are you sort of playing both sides? It's like you're supporting him, but then you're like, well, I don't think he's going to win anything. You know, choose your side. All right. All right, let's see who's here. Shout out to True, Bad Hombre, Amani, LSU Warland, Reggie, Southeast Dusty, Mason, Black Kaz, Chagozi, Vern 85, Sean, Miss Vicious, Shanjar, Keen Dambo, Nolan, I'm Him, Global Photographer, Black Rhino, Kayla, Rastas, Ill Wills, Sydney, Tamisha, Kenny, Kid Giles, 25 Kid. Make sure y'all like the stream. Continue to like the stream. Modern World. Bad Hombre, why don't you fill them in on what he won? And by the way, shout out to Fox News for dropping the bag. Fox News, you had such an opportunity to make so much money and get so many clicks on your website. You blew it by trying to play the middle. You blew it by trying to join in with your other liberal media. How can you drop the bag? All those ratings going down the drain. Now these newer alternative platforms is gaining all of your ex-supporters, Fox. How do you drop the bag like that? How do you drop the bag like that? How do you drop the bag like that? But Fox News has dropped the bag, and now they're suffering from it. What's good, Ricky? What's good, Renee? MC? But salute to everybody. I also want to say this too, because I had some males who I guess were followers of mine on Instagram. They no longer, I guess they no longer support me because they're saying I'm a Trump supporter. Well, I actually put up a post from my IG. I put up a post from my IG, right? Totally unrelated to politics, but y'all know these people are so mentally screwed up. They try to make everything into a battle, right? They try to make everything political, even though the post I put up wasn't even political. It wasn't even political. But they had to make it political because these people are insane. Okay? Now I'm going to show y'all, hold up. I want to show y'all this post, and it's going to tie into everything I'm saying today, because a lot of you males wonder why women don't respect you. Is because of the goofy shit you do. All right? I put up this post on Instagram, right? It's totally ambiguous, right? I put up this post. It's totally unrelated to anything, right? I didn't know that this would trigger so many people. Not have so many people. It would trigger some of these males to unsubscribe from my IG. I helped them out, actually. I blocked them, but they were upset because I put this up. Then one of these males said Trump supporter, and I said, that makes you upset. And another guy said, I've been following you all these years. I had no idea you supported him. I'm just going to unfollow you. What's wrong with these males? Like seriously, what's wrong with these males? You've been following me for the last 3, 4, 5 years, and you had no idea that I spoke against these SJWs, that I was no longer a supporter of the DNC, to the point to where now all of a sudden you're like, I don't support you anymore, Jay. Like, who raised these males? Like, seriously, who raised them? I want to know who raised you, because it's clear you didn't have no father. How can you unsubscribe because of what you perceive to me being a Trump supporter, when I have said that I am not? You're not going to see me wearing a MAGA hat. You know, you're not going to see me out here being, I'm all about Trump and all this. But I said I would vote for him over Joe Biden because he is a better president than Joe Biden ever would be. And that triggers these males to go and to tell me that they're going to unsubscribe. And of course, they're black males. Okay? And I want all of y'all to understand, if you don't like the way the content is going, you can leave. You're not going to change anything. Just like when I posted on Twitter, I don't bow down to pressure from weak-minded people. I never have and never will. That's why I do this and you don't. That's why I can do this every day and you can't. Because I have a strong mindset. I have my own thoughts and opinions. I'm not going to be swayed by popular opinion. I never have been swayed by popular opinion. There's nothing to me that is more weak than a bunch of people grouping together who have a stupid ideology and they are politically ignorant. And I want all of you to understand, you don't bow down to weak people. And yes, Trump would be is a better president than Joe Biden ever will be. Better than Hillary Clinton, anybody, Barack Obama. I mean, no matter who you put there, he's still going to be a better president than them. Deal with it. I don't understand why y'all are so triggered. If Biden is the winner, why are y'all still triggered? Why are you still telling me you're going to unsubscribe? Why are you still upset? Move on with your life. Okay? Move on with your life. You don't have to tell me how dysfunctional you are. I can tell you're dysfunctional by the things that y'all say and do. I don't care if you've been following my channel since my first ever video. If you listen to my content and you truly believe that I'm just like the rest of these clowns that support what liberalism is, support these SJWs, I highly doubt that you've been listening to the content. You've been subscribed, but you ain't been watching nothing. You've been a ghost follower. How can an ambiguous post drive people to be insane? This is a random post. Grow up, and you're supposed to be grown men. You're acting like grown women. If you're gonna unsubscribe right now, you're not gonna change anything. It's not gonna make my mindset be like, oh my God, I'm losing followers. No, I'm losing people that, one, don't donate. They don't share the content. They probably barely watch it. So what am I losing? See, supporters don't leave. Only the fakes and the frauds end up leaving and telling you they're gonna leave. They're telling you they're gonna pick up their purse and they're gonna walk away. Well, pick up your purse and walk away, and don't forget your umbrella too, because it's raining out there. Okay? But you don't have to tell me how dysfunctional you are, because you show how dysfunctional you are every single day, family. You know, I just want to share that real quick. I just want to share that. You dudes is crazy out here, man. You're weirdos. Now let's get to these liberal women, man. That's what y'all here for, right? What else is on the agenda? I told y'all I had a lot to say. We got to talk about these liberal heifers, man. We got to talk about these women who thought they won something. Because I got on the males, but I'm going to get on you females. Now make sure y'all like the stream. Like the stream. Shout out to everybody that's coming in. I want to know from you ladies that are on social media, so happy that Kamala Harris could potentially be in the White House. Wish she won't, by the way. But I want to know, what did y'all win? A lot of you chicks are still single. A lot of you chicks are still double D clutching. You're still out here searching for that one Mr. Perfect that doesn't exist. Okay? Mr. Perfect ain't gonna wife you up. You still out here 30, 40. Kids are getting older. You're getting older. And you still looking for Mr. Right. Well, Mr. Right is not going to find you if you have that liberal feminist mindset. He's not going to find you. You're still going to be single out here. Now, you will be casually hooking up, but that's all it's going to be. And a lot of women don't understand that that's where their life is headed if they don't change their mindset. If you don't change your mindset, you're headed to a life of bitterness, a life of loneliness. I don't care how good you think you look. I don't care how thick you think you are, how big your assets are, how well you keep your body up. At the end of the day, if your mind ain't right, your body's going to get used. Okay? It's going to get used up to the point to where even your exes ain't calling no more. Okay? Once your exes don't care, you really in trouble, because them probably was the only guys that you've ever really been with that actually cared about you. But you've embraced an ideology that is against you and your femininity. You should be a woman who accepts and embraces her femininity, but you don't. You embrace the worst aspects of what a woman should be, and then you think that's attractive. That's not attractive. You're out here celebrating for a woman who has no connection to melanated people, especially in this country. Okay, she went to an HBCU, but is Howard really an HBCU? I mean, from people who told me who've been on Howard, I mean, is it an HBCU? Anyway, if you don't have your mind right as a woman, how do you expect for you to be able to identify the type of man who you could get with, grow with, and stay with? Because relationships can be easy to get into, but it's very easy, it can easily be broken apart if you don't have your mindset right. And you're cheering on a woman who has no connection to you whatsoever. None. She probably has always thought she was better than you. This is a woman who has no morality whatsoever. She got with a married politician to boost her own career. Is that the part that you're celebrating? The fact that she's sleeping her way to the top? This woman has a record of not caring for melanated people, but here y'all go celebrating on social media as if you won something. You're celebrating a woman who isn't happy until she's locked up a black man. This is who y'all are celebrating. Y'all celebrating somebody who has no conscience whatsoever. She's an empty pantsuit. And this is who y'all are celebrating? That doesn't make any sense to me. Well, it does, because in this society, symbolism means everything, right? This is why you have pictures of her and a silhouette of what's her name? Ruby Bridges of the young girl. I don't want to get the name wrong. Y'all remember the young girl who I think her name is Ruby Bridges. I think it's Ruby Bridges, who broke the schooling barrier where they're allowed melanated people to attend Caucasian schools, you know. But they have that picture out here, and that's just a total disgrace. It's a total disgrace because this woman has never fought for black people. Like never. Like never. Yeah, Ruby Bridges is her name? Okay. Okay, Miss Vicious. And that's who y'all are celebrating. But it makes sense in some aspects. It makes sense because if you look at a lot of women these days, there are some of them that have a deep-rooted disdain for melanated men. And they uplift Caucasian men and women, but men for the most part. So don't believe them when they talk about how they want to build black, they want to see black people succeed. They're not talking about you, black man. They're talking about black women. They don't want to see you succeed in anything because they see you as competition. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that. Like you males, you male Biden supporters, you don't want to hear that because you know what I'm saying is true. Y'all want to act like these women make no mistakes, that they're perfect. These women don't like you either, sir.
Very weird how black women want to defund the police, but they want to put a prosecutor in
Right.
office. It makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It doesn't, synchronicity. It doesn't make any sense. But see, they don't do no research. It's all about the symbolism. They're willing to ignore it because their masters tell them to. These black activists, these black celebrities, the Caucasian liberals, they tell them ain't nothing going on right there. She's changed. You know, she's changed. You know, she got enjoyment out of locking y'all up. She built her career, but don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't worry about that. Ain't no big deal.
Don't forget Willie Brown too, bro.
Oh, I ain't forgot him, Ricky. That's who I was talking about. You know, she basically slept her way to the top. She wanted in on politics, and she was able. Okay, Miss Chris just sent me the picture. I'm gonna put this picture up. And maybe there are melanated women who look at her come up and they may be doing the same thing. Maybe they've had to do the same thing. Now, this is the picture right here. This is the picture right here. Y'all see this? This is more accurate. This is the more accurate one, because they tried to do the silhouette Ruby Bridges, where she sort of, Kamala's walking and basically in her shadow or whatever. But this is very much so the true nature of who she is. This is who she is, and people want to rewrite her history. Her history is way too recent to be rewritten. You can't rewrite her history now. They want to rewrite her history so y'all don't remember the type of person she truly is. She has never cared about anybody outside of herself and her own career. But this is the person that they are celebrating. They're celebrating this woman. How can you celebrate somebody like this? I could never celebrate somebody like this. But there are people looking for reasons. You got a lot of these melanated women, especially women who are single. And then you got these males. These males ain't never had no guidance in their life. They vote based on the women they're living with. So they're going to celebrate this. What's good, Daisy? They are really trying to celebrate a person who has never had any connection to them whatsoever. And they're celebrating it because really, honestly, I don't think they know any better. I just think you have a lot of ignorant people politically that are ignorant and they don't understand the world around them. They just don't understand the world around them. They ain't never left their house. They ain't never left their neighborhood. They don't step off the porch that much unless they coming back or going somewhere. People do no research. And they wonder why they get manipulated. Look at BLM. You got this female leader of BLM talking about what do we get now to Biden? And guess what Biden has said? Nothing, because Biden doesn't care about melanated people. He used you to get votes. He used you to help fill up his campaign coffers. And once he got what he wanted, just like the Democrats normally do, they ignore you. After the fact. What's good, Abby? Like the stream, people. This is what they do. And you're celebrating this as if you won something. You didn't win anything. You're a fool if you think you've won something. You haven't won anything. You people are absolutely insane. And these women celebrating it, they're only doing it to rub it in our faces, but it's going to come back on you. It's going to come back on you because we as men were very adaptable. We can always move on. Understand this, people. Nobody. There are a lot of melanated men who've grown up in neighborhoods where they saw nothing but women and some males. But overall, the hierarchy as far as leadership was with the women. So I don't think that black men would be triggered by a female, especially a minority, because I'm not going to call her black, being a vice president. So trying to throw it in our faces is going to mean what exactly? You're getting more out of it than anybody else, the symbolism. We don't care. We just adapt. We move on. I think what's bothering a lot of these women is that a lot of melanated men have switched their voting allegiance, and it's no longer to the DNC. They are the DNC gatekeepers. They have to keep us in line. They have to keep us voting for them. That's why they talk about this protection thing, because they want to put that signal, that alarm, like, hey, are y'all still with us? That's all that's about. but people are waking up every single day. People, especially a lot of men, are recognizing they are men, that they can embrace their masculinity, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with men embracing their masculinity. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. You should be able to embrace your masculinity. You should never allow anybody to dictate to you how you should be as a man, especially these wayward, crazy, liberal females who have so much difficulty finding men in their own lives that want to be with them. This is why they're constantly single. This is why they cannot find happiness. They look for symbolic gestures. They don't want things to change. They want things to stay the same because it benefits them. All these programs, it benefits them. They have no problem accepting handouts. I think these melanated males, I think they've gotten accustomed to being in a situation where they're given things. And that's why they don't want to work hard for it. But all this celebrating, to me, just shows the ignorance that is going on with these people. Just the flat out ignorance. And it's going to come back on you eventually. It's going to come back on you. You cannot continue this charade of thinking that you're strong and independent and that you're going to get points for that. The only points you're getting is with your masters, your liberal masters. Those are the only people that you're going to get any points from, because you're not getting any points from us. No, we want femininity. We don't want masculinity in women. We don't want masculinity in women. Masculine men want feminine women. That's how it has been. And these women get so triggered when you say that, because they think that it's normal for a man to want to date a woman who's basically a pit bull in a skirt. That's not what we want. We don't want that. We shun that. That's why they so angry. That's why they so angry on social media right now. I mean, that's why they're so angry on YouTube, because they realize that these guys are not going to put up with them. Yes, they're going to travel overseas to date women. Yes, they're going to date women outside their ethnic group. And it bothers them because for so long they had a monopoly on us. You know, they could treat us any kind of way and we would just deal with it. That's not happening anymore. That's not happening anymore. So understand that. Times have changed. Times will continue to change because people are starting to wake up and understand and see what is going on out here. If you're not a feminine woman, you're going to have a very difficult time finding a man. I don't care how attractive you think you still are. I don't care how nice your body is. The best you're going to be able to do is have casual hookups or a casual situationship. That's it.
Pennsylvania judge just ruled in Trump's favor.
Yeah, Maximus, I talked about that a little earlier. I think it's a good thing, but again, you got to see how this thing plays out. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Okay, he has to get those gains in different states as well. You know, definitely get different gains. I'm talking about in Michigan, Arizona, Georgia. There has to be more and more significant gains. But yeah, those are good steps, though. Those are absolutely good steps. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. See y'all like the stream. Now, I know that there are people who are looking at what's going on and they're saying, well, why would you support Trump? Why would you go conservative? Well, I'll tell you this. You look at the state of liberalism. You look at the state of the left. Those people are crazy. Those people want total anarchy. Those people want socialism. They don't care about a peaceful society because they themselves are emotionally just dead inside. So they want everybody to feel their pain. They want everybody to feel the hurt that they feel. So what they do is they want to cause chaos. They want to go out here and loot and riot. Most of those people looting and rioting are white Caucasians. They're not black. It's a lot of white people doing the mayhem.
Some women who try to be pitbull in a skirt towards men only scare away potential soulmates.
Right, Abby? But you see, they don't care about that. But they should, because the only saving grace that a lot of these women have is that they have nice bodies. Some of them, are cute. That's the only saving grace they have. But what happens when your looks and your body is no longer attracting those men because you gain a reputation for being difficult to be in a relationship with? They're going to overlook that. They're going to say, yeah, she look good, but I just don't know if I want to waste time dealing with this person. I'd rather deal with somebody who's a little bit more feminine, not confrontational, not crazy. I've told y'all seen the videos where you got women who are attractive, but they're nuts. They're absolutely nuts. And that's what keeps men away from them like that. Because they don't want to deal with the craziness that's going to come from that woman. But back to what I was saying about the rioting and looting, real quick. Honestly, I think, again, you got people that they want chaos. They are emotionally dead inside. Have y'all seen the mugshots of these rioters? Have y'all seen them? These people look high on lunacy. So it's easy to get them to do crazy things because they're already out of their minds. They're already out of their minds. That's why I tell black people, stop going out there in these streets rioting and looting. Florida has already implemented a new law that's going to ensure that you pay the ultimate price if you loot and riot somebody's home or business. Y'all can't just run up in these neighborhoods no more, man. Especially in Florida. You can't run up in these businesses because if they are present, they're going to blow you to smithereens with the quickness. I hope you understand that. It's really going to become the movie The Purge. While I'm live, I want to talk about a few things today that I wanted to do yesterday, but I'm going to have to do it today. Today is the day. Hold on, let me go to email. There's a few topics real quick I want to get to. Okay. Just not getting to it today. Hold up, where is it? Speaking of liberal wayward women. Y'all know the video I did about Sabrina Parr, right? Well, apparently she don't want men in her DMs. Bullshit.
If the left win and they take down the RP channels, they do not realize they are already too late and will not fix their problem with marriage.
Right, Ray? Trying to take us down is not going to stop anything because that red pill philosophy is already permeating. Like, you can't stop it. You can try to stop it, but you can't. People are already waking up. What are you going to do? all you're gonna do is destroy your own platform. They're talking about banning Trump if he's not reelected. Okay, well, he could just go to some of these alternative platforms then. Let me talk about this Sabrina Parr situation. Apparently, speaking of liberal, wayward women, she was a woman who had a reputation for being out there, right? Chasing athletes. She got hooked on Lamar, who actually had people around him who cared about him, but she isolated him, and then she wondered why he started to backslide. Well, apparently, let's see. According to this article, she wants these guys out of her DMs. When you see women say stuff like that, normally it's BS, because you got women that will say one thing and then do another. They'll say they don't want men in their DMs, but they're actively talking to different guys in their DMs. Why would you publicly announce your breakup if you didn't think that was going to get you attention from men? I mean, and then you go on, you post thirst traps. You post thirst traps, but you don't want, she say boys in her DMs, which lets me know that they must not be what she's looking for. Sabrina, no high profile celebrity is going to claim you. I'm sorry. They're not going to claim you. If that's what you're looking for, that's not going to happen. And that's what she wants. You know, these chicks want to manifest themselves into a big deal, but it's never going to happen. Lamar Odom's ex, Sabrina Parr, wants men to stay out of her DMs. Sabrina Parr, the ex-fiance of Lamar Odom, issued a warning for men on the prowl to stay out of her DMs. I'm 100% overwhelmed. Please stop saying to me, you're strong. Yes, I'm strong, but I'm also human. I have emotions and feelings just like a weak person, she wrote on the Instagram story. She continued, me and my 8-year-old just moved a whole king-size bed by ourselves, which means that Lamar ain't coming back. I'm going to be honest, all these boys in my DMs and inbox, please beat it. Y'all not worth a damn. Last week, Sabrina revealed that she had dumped the former NBA star and alluded to him having a substance issues. Y'all know I did the video on it, which is puzzling as to why she would announce that her being independent and strong, why she would want to just announce it and then not expect men to be hitting her up. You're posting thirst traps. You're looking for attention from those men, but then you saying, oh, I don't want the attention. Like, again, you're not going to get that high profile athlete that you want if that's what you're looking for. It's just not going to happen. That's what she wants. These chicks are social climbers. Like the chick that's with Von Miller, off and on with Von Miller, NFL player, right? She dated Lil Yachty, right? Tongue kissing him and everything. Then she hops and gets with Von Miller. I believe they were engaged. They might have called it off, but they still have something going on. That's a situation where I think Von came to his senses and he realized, man, I can't wife this chick. You know, and also I believe she's an ex-scripper as well, you know. And Von doesn't have the best judgment in women. The guy did a whole tape with a female, and the female went shopping the tape around. So you got these chicks that are social climbers. They hop from they're celebrity hoppers. They hop from one celebrity to another, and that's what Sabrina Parr would do. I guarantee you, if one of these, like let's say Jalen Rose, if Jalen Rose would have hollered at her, she'd get with Jalen Rose, no questions asked. All right, and she wants to get on social media and act like, oh, I'm not looking for anybody. Stay out of my DMs. Y'all say I'm strong, independent. Just move this king size bed. What she said, I'm not strong, but I just moved this king size bedroom, which again means that she wants nothing to do with Lamar anymore, man. She used that guy, man. That guy had a whole support system around him, and she got with him and she isolated him from his family and from the people that the life coach that he actually had that was really trying to rehabilitate Lamar. You knew Lamar had issues. You got with him anyway. You got with Lamar anyway, knowing he had issues. Did you think it was going to be easy? No, it was not going to be easy. That's why you take the relationship slow. But you want to get engaged with this guy a couple months after getting together. Then you're trying to get a reality show. That obviously didn't work because you broke up with him. Or maybe she's setting herself up for a role on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Basketball Wives, if they're still doing Basketball Wives. She's trying to get on a reality show, and she's going to use him to do it. Probably get on TV and badmouth this guy and talk about how he's this and that. These chicks are treacherous, man. Just look out. And I'm telling you, it wouldn't surprise me we see her on an advertisement for reality TV, and she's talking about her issues with Lamar. Just straight using this guy, man. I mean, it's very obvious. It's very obvious that Lamar was used by this strong, independent, liberal-minded woman who clearly did not care about this guy like that, who clearly was using him and was counting down the days until she could break away from him. Now, we could talk about it could have been the quarantine, but everything was just good in August. Depending on where you're at. You know, some people, I believe, are still locked down in quarantine. These women are out here using these men, man. And then they're back to being single again. They're back to being single, and they're back to being miserable. But they should really put that on themselves. You could go and probably date other men who aren't celebrities, but Sabrina wants to build her brand. The 200,000 followers she has now on Instagram came from her dealing with Lamar, because she had like less than that. I think she had less than 30,000 followers before she got with Lamar. She got over 200,000. Now all of a sudden she done wiped them from her social media. She publicly breaking up with this guy. And she wants to now talk about how she don't want boys in her DMs. Let me tell you something, Sabrina. They want to smash. That's it. They're not wifing you up. I think a lot of these women are delusional. Just because you got your body right, in shape, does not mean that you're going to have all these guys trying to wife you up. That's just not going to happen. You know? They got back together. Let's see. Let's see if they got back together. Let's see. I don't see them together. I see a picture from them in October, but they broke up in November. But I don't see no. Or she got a picture of Kamala. She got Kamala on her Instagram. I don't see no picture of them together. Hold, let me go to the stories. Oh, okay, I see it on the stories. But why didn't she put up a picture public? Why is she putting it on the stories? Why is she putting it on the stories? She's only doing this now because of the pushback she got. Because she does look bad. But we gonna see.
She wanted to be known as the one person to fix Lamar, but you can't fix nobody.
Yeah, you can't fix nobody out here, man. You can't fix nobody out here. And let me tell you something right now. I don't ever see them getting married. They can get back together, but how long will that last? How long will that last? I've said this since the beginning of that relationship, that she used that guy. I don't see anything that has changed my stance on it. I just feel like from the moment they got together, even family have said it. People close to Lamar said it. She's been using that guy and still continues to use that guy. If everything was good, why would you just break up with him and then get back together with him? Reality TV. Reality TV. All for trying to get a reality TV show. All just for an opportunity to get some attention for herself, but then it doesn't go quite well, so you just get back with him. Why even put a statement out to begin with? Why even put this man's business out here as if he's the bad guy? What is the point of that? To publicly embarrass him for a little bit? If you were going to stay with somebody and be with somebody, why even break up with them to begin with? Unless you wanted to show your control in the situation. Because trust me, I'm not going to be hugging and kissing on no chick that done went public talking about we done broke up and all this other. Nah, I'm not going, nah. Until you publicly take back what you said. But this was just a way to save face. I've seen women do this countless times. What's his name? Travis Kelce is doing it. Travis Kelce, y'all know I did a video about him. Him and his ex-girlfriend have gotten back together. How long would that last before they break up again? How long would that last before they break up again? That chick was heartbroken because she done found her a Brad and she thought everything was gonna be good with him. But guess what? It ain't. Okay? He ain't gonna marry you. He got that new deal and he contemplating leaving. But again, people do things to save face. But Travis, bro, we not gonna forget. We not gonna forget, bro. Again, Travis. I was constantly doing another video on Travis Kelce since she wants to mention me on Twitter. These guys get back and forth with these women to save face. I've seen it done before. What was his name? The basketball player. I can't think of his name right now. He plays for the San Antonio Spurs. Jadante? I think that's his name. Murray. He used to date the female YouTuber who's now dating Deshaun Watson, right? They broke up publicly. And they got back together. He bought her a bunch of gifts. And guess what she did? She left his ass for Deshaun Watson. So I've seen this happen before. He bought her all them expensive, I don't know if it was birthday gifts or Christmas gifts. And then she ended up, DeJounte Murray, right. And then she still ended up leaving him for Deshaun Watson. You know? So, I've seen this movie before. And it's just, I just want to speak about that because that's an example of what happens when these women embrace this liberal ideology. Yeah, DeJounte was making himself look all types of bad. You buying this shit, you broke up with her, you buy all these gifts to come back to you, then she leaves you again? And not only that, something happened with DeJounte. I never did a video on it. But he was dating Jania, who was the ex of NBA Youngboy, right? She went on social media and was calling him names. She completely humiliated this guy on Twitter. And yeah, man, this dude doesn't have a good history with women. He gets embarrassed by every woman he dates. I didn't do a video on it. I don't know why, but I just never did a video on it. But, DeJounte, he's one of these guys, one of these athletes who, again, they get women based off being an athlete. I think if they weren't, they'd have a tough time. But, yeah, his ex is with Deshaun Watson. Appreciate that, AJ. I don't know. Deshaun, he just signed a huge contract. So All right, let's see. There was another, since we talking about the waywardness.
Deshaun Watson better not think he's safe because she'll eventually leave him too. She's for all these athletes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Oh man. Some of the articles and stuff I've come across, man. Some of you would not believe some of the things I've come across, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Yeah, Abby, they are dumb. And again, they don't know how to get women outside of playing basketball. I truly believe that. Or NFL, even though a lot of these football guys, they're in college for 3 years, so they're able to experience dating a little bit more than these NBA guys who play 1 year in college and go straight to the NBA. A lot of these NFL guys, they're in college for at least 3 years, 4 years, depending on if they redshirt or not. So they're able to mature. They're able to mature and balance being an athlete and dealing with women, especially if these guys go to a USC or Miami or University of Texas in Austin, or let's see, what other big university? Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of times in our society, a lot of us as men, we are sort of, we're taking a back seat to the women, and we're allowing them not only to be decision makers, but we're allowing them to shape our ideology. You don't know how many males I've seen who just have no interest in what's going on in the world around them, but the women do. They have no interest in being ambitious. The women do. The women are way more ambitious than the men, and that's not good for a society. A society like America, this Western culture we have, is built off of innovation, is built off men going out and being innovative and creative and being able to build. And we have lost that because a lot of guys have gotten complacent. They think because they can get this chick and that chick, that's all that matters in the world. No, that's not. That's not all that matters in this world. You should be able to have your own. You should be able to create for yourself and for your family. But because of the non-ambition, these guys are pretty much failures. They fail to create anything, and they don't want to create anything. And they wonder why they don't get any respect. But I will tell you this right now. Conservative women are where it's at as far as their mentality. A lot of liberal women are losing. They're taking L's. They're just as masculine as the men they're trying to date. And then what's funny is that you have them make fun of conservative women and try to call them backwards or, talk about how they're old fashioned, but they keep a man though. None of you liberal, feminist minded, weirdo women can keep a man. Yeah, you can get one, but you can't keep one. One, because he's a placeholder. You still have a soft spot for your exes that have treated you worse than anybody. You still in love with the ex that used to put hands on you. And because of that, the new guy always loses out. Always loses out. And I'm going to say this too because I want to hammer this point home. These women won't change unless we as men change our mindset towards them. And when I mean change the mindset towards them, we can't be voting like these women. We can't vote like the women that we talk about. We cannot side with them on important issues. And that's what's happening. And that's why there is no hope for change for these women. That's why I tell a lot of you women that listen to me, you better understand the way things are as far as men and where they're going. There are a lot of men who have a red pill mindset that are choosing their own path. They're choosing to walk a different road. They're not putting women on a pedestal. They're not looking to raise families. A lot of these guys are not looking to get married. They're not looking for long-term relationships. They're not. Because they see, a lot of these guys see all women the same. They see all women as damaged. Because there have been a lot of women who have not stood up and spoken out against the behavior of these women up until now. Because we've been the main ones doing it. This is why you see the articles written, the hit pieces made, because we as the men only are speaking out. But a lot of women have not spoken out, which means that they may have agreed with it. Whether you agree with it or not, that's the perception. That's the perception. Now, I know that there are women who may make videos on the behalf of men, and they will get a lot of pushback from men. I understand that there will be men who will be skeptical of women speaking on men's issues, but if a woman is speaking on other women, I don't see why there will be pushback. I don't know why you would push back on a woman who speaks out against other women. Now, that to me doesn't make any sense. Now, I can see if you have women trying to tell men how to be men, but if a woman is speaking on other female nature, you should let her have her say. Don't police her if she's speaking on other women. And if men are choosing to listen to her, so what? If you don't listen to her, then that's on you. But women should have the opportunity to call out other women. And they should not be criticized for that. That's stupid to me. If they're gaining a following, most of the time it's a lot of men being drawn to them. You're not going to change that. You're just not going to change that because there are men who agree with what they're saying. Look at somebody like Shira 7. Shira 7 has all types of people subscribed to her. But mostly you see a lot of melanated, liberal-minded, gold-digging women who can't gold dig because a lot of these women, truth be told, they want a rich man, but they don't want a rich man who's not tall enough, who's not toned enough, and who doesn't have swag. So they want to gold dig, they just don't want to gold dig with the guy they're not attracted to. So no matter how much of her videos they may watch, they don't want to just get with anybody physically. They don't care how much money he has. These women want the ball players. They want the rappers. That's why they're on social media in their feelings all the time. They're on social media in their feelings all the time because they can't get access to those men, and it bothers them. It bothers the shit out of them. That those men are with Latin women, white women, Asian women, biracial women, and they're not with any of them. And that's what drives their anger, makes them talk about colorism, but they defend Kamala. How can you defend Kamala Harris and you talk about colorism? What kind of backwards thinking is that? That is the most backwards, stupidest thinking I've ever seen in my life. People are crazy. But shout out to everybody that's here. Hopefully y'all have liked the stream. This is not going to be a long stream because I just wanted to make sure everything ran good, so everything kind of got pushed to the back burner. But I will definitely be back tomorrow. What's good, Nebula TV? So everything has been working, huh? The one thing that you will not see us as melanated men doing is praising somebody and then talking about how, we don't like the elevation of lighter complected men, but then we heavily support lighter complected men. You just won't see that, and we're not bothered. We're not bothered by a man's complexion. We're really not, because there's enough women to go around. For some of these guys, there's not enough women to go around. Like these Biden supporters, a lot of these guys are used to living off women. They're used to marrying the first attractive woman they've ever been with. And what happens is, once that relationship dissolves, they get possessive over those women, stalk those women, harass them. Those are the type of males who support Biden. Guys that ain't got nothing going on. They ain't paying no bills. They're barely making it on their own. So they have to wife up somebody who has a place to stay in the car. Those are the type of guys who support Biden. I don't think any successful businessman, a guy who has his own, is supporting Sleepy Creepy Joe and Kamala Lock 'em Up Harris. So I just want y'all to understand the type of people who support Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. These are people, especially the males, who have mental issues. That's why two of these guys were upset. One, because he thought I was a Trump supporter, and the other, because he, in his mind, is thinking, oh, he's a Trump supporter, I can't follow him anymore. These are two black grown males. So I can only imagine what goes on in their life, how mentally screwed up they are. Fatherless. Mother didn't give a damn about them. They in and out of relationships. They're possessive over the women that they deal with because they need somebody to stay with. They can't stand on their own too. It's crazy out here, man. And y'all are mad about political leanings. You can't even take care of yourself. You can't even do for self. You too broke. You don't have nothing going on. You have no respect in your family or community. Nobody looks up to you. Yes, you got guys that can get a woman's number. They have women on the side while they got a girlfriend and married. Okay, but what have you accomplished? What have you accomplished? You've built nothing. That's why these women don't respect you. This is why you have women on YouTube right now who call y'all what they call y'all, who say that you are conquered, because look how you act. You act like a bunch of conquered men or conquered males. I believe that too, synchronicity. I think that, I think colleges are messing up the minds of women for the most part. It is radicalizing a lot of women. It is pushing the feminist narrative for the most part. That's why you got women in and out of college, and you see their mindsets. They use that degree as if it's, as if it's like a symbol to pull out and show the world every chance you get, as if you've made it in the world. It's not that difficult to get a degree. You can do online schooling, or you can go to the campuses. I don't know what they're doing now, but anybody that wants a degree can go get one. All they have to do is do the work. Do the work, keep a good GPA, you'll graduate as well. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Let's see. But shout out to the men who built things. Shout out to the men who work for themselves, or they make a lot of money in whatever profession they're doing, who take care of their family, take care of their kids, take care of themselves, take care of themselves. They're not reliant on some woman. The women are actually relying on them. The women are actually looking up to them. Ain't no woman talking shit to them. You know why? Because they are in charge. They take care of their business. Really ill will. They teach feminism on campus. I can believe that. I can definitely believe that. Yeah, the Bronx, he did. Angelica, I have 0 baby mamas. 0. I have 0 baby mamas. I don't have any kids. I'm actually smart and I have dick discipline, unlike some of these other guys. I know it's difficult for y'all to see a guy who has a strong opinion and mindset as me not have no children. I know it's difficult, but it shouldn't be because there's a lot of guys out here who ain't got no kids. They got their situation right. Y'all just don't want to know them. Y'all don't want to know those guys. Y'all want to act like those guys don't exist. Women gender studies. Yeah, man. I would love to ask, like, if I was on a college campus, hey, excuse me, what do they teach y'all in those gender studies classes? Like, what are you learning from that? You know, just to understand what's going on. Yeah, make sure y'all like the stream, man. Y'all know people they're not gonna like what I have to say. What's going on? Queen Cat, what's up? I don't know if you're new here, but if you are, make sure you like the stream. Follow me on social media. Mm. If a man can afford kids, I don't think anybody said that men can't afford children. I said there are men out here who take care of themselves and their kids. I don't know. I don't know if you're talking to somebody else in the chat. I'm talking about the males that don't take care of themselves or their kids. You know, I'm talking about the guys who have no ambitions in life whatsoever. The guys who I don't want any part of. I'm separating myself from certain males. I want nothing to do with those guys. And every opportunity that I get, I'm going to separate myself from the males that make me look bad, that aren't accomplished, that haven't done anything. I'm separating myself from those type of people. And you should, and all men should do this, that, you know? Yeah, Angelica's hurt. She'll be all right. Yeah, Angelica's hurt. She'll be all right. She's hurting. I know a lot of you women are hurting. Okay, ill wills. A lot of you women are hurting, but it'll be all right. You know, it'll be all right. We should all be feminists. And this was written by an African or Nigerian? This was written by a Nigerian? Get the fuck out of here. In 2014. They already, listen, there's enough self-hate to go around out there on the continent. Now they're pushing this feminism propaganda because that's all it is. Feminism doesn't help women. It destroys them. It destroys your femininity. That's what it does. It destroys your femininity, and a lot of these women don't understand it, that it destroys your femininity. And it's written by, hold on, I'm put it on the screen. It's written by an African female. Hold up. Damn, ill, why you had to send me this? You gonna make me go in? It was gonna make me go in on this shit, man. What's good, T Malone? Shout out to T Malone. We Shall All Be Feminists is a book-length essay by Nigerian author, I'm going to just say Shima. First published in 2014 by Fourth Estate. It talks about definition of feminism in the 21st century. The essay was adapted from Adichie's 2012 TED Talk of the same name, first delivered at TEDx. Is it Euston in London, which has been viewed more than 6 million times. This is according to Wikipedia. And this is her. Shima. I would just go by Shima, you know. Listen, man, listen. Let's see what she attended. She attended Eastern Connecticut State, Johns Hopkins University, and Yale University. I just want to know from the ladies, how does feminism help you in any way? This is what I want to know. How does feminism truly help the woman? Because it's going to affect your dating life. I hope you understand it. What's good, Jolene? Like the stream, people. How is being a feminist going to help you in the long run? It's going to teach you that you is just as, capable as a man, that decisions should either be 50-50 or you should be the one in control. But let me just say this too about 50-50. If a lot of you ladies don't want to have to financially be in a 50-50 relationship, then I'm sorry. You can't be in a 50-50 power dynamic in the relationship. That's not how it works. If a man is paying the majority of the bills, he's going to have the majority of the say-so. There is no 50-50. There's no equal nothing. If a man is paying all the bills or most of them, he's going to have the final say on everything. He's going to be the main decision maker, not you. And you made that perfectly clear when you decide to get in a relationship with guys who make way more than you. Isn't that what you're looking for? You make that trade. So you can't be in a relationship with a guy who's paying for everything and think you're going to be talking crap to him. That's just not how it works. That is not how it works. I would think women should be able to, all these men they can filter through. You mean to tell me you can't find one that's capable? I don't buy it. A lot of women are just lustful these days. There are a lot of lustful women. They date for the wrong reasons. They trying to change a man. They trying to fix a man, trying to build a man. You need to stop doing that. You cannot change a man into something else. He is who he is. There's no changing him unless he is changing himself. You cannot fix him into the Mr. Perfect. That's not going to happen. All right. By the way, the reason why I have this lady's face all over the stream right now is because this is an Indian woman, okay, which is a representative of, she might be a relative of Kamala Harris. This is an Indian lady who you're seeing on the screen. This is an Indian lady who, might be a relative of Kamala. We don't know. That's why she's here, okay, to represent who Kamala really is. She's an Indian fake melanated woman. And we need to continue to say that every opportunity we get. All this celebrating, to me, just shows you that symbolism is king in the black community. It's all about symbolism. It's all about feeling good. But what happens when Kamala don't get in the White House? All that good feeling turned to bad. What's going to happen then? All you males, all you beta males that's been unsubscribing and been thumbsing down and been in your feelings, what are you going to do then? All you dudes calling my show, talking about F Trump, just showing weirdo, effeminate behavior. What are y'all going to do then? What are y'all going to do then, man? I want my apology for disrupting my show and being an idiot. all y'all that came to my show acting a complete fool, talking all this shit. I want y'all to apologize to me. I want my apology. I'm gonna act like these Caucasian liberals. We need an apology right now. We need an apology. I want my apology. The next month, so I want my apology. Because y'all know apologies mean something. That's what I want. I want my apology. This is why Florida is gearing up for rioting, because they know what the outcome of this is going to be. I'm pretty sure that Governor DeSantis and some of these other people have insiders info. They know how this is going to go. And they are preparing that if any of you Negroes is out here looting and rioting, you putting your own life in danger. Because they're going to give the power to the people like it should be. So if if you in Florida and you strapped up and you own a business, you have every right to defend it. So she is of the Indian Peninsula over there, but she's mixed. She's Indian and Jamaican, I believe. But she is of that origin, that she was raised by her mother in that culture. This year is going to end with a pow pow. Tell you. That's how it seemed like it's going to end, man. I hope not, but again, 2020 has been a crazy year. Joe Biden, they call him president-elect. This is a guy who likes to sniff and bite on people and say weird things, forget where he is, and it may end up with Trump still being in the White House, and it's going to drive people completely crazy. And that's how you end a crazy year, okay? Ups and downs, peaks and valleys, rise and fall, you know? Yeah, California's boarded up too. Yeah, I think a lot of these cities are starting to board up because they understand. I think they're understanding what's going to happen. They're understanding what's going to happen. Fortunately, man, I'm president-elect too. I'm president-elect Jay the Black, man. President-elect Jay. Call me president-elect. I've been elected by YouTube subscribers. They've elected me president. I'm president-elect. So yeah, definitely, man, they're talking about locking down and all this and that. But definitely protect yourself, man. You don't know how this year is gonna end, man. So I would tell y'all, just watch yourself, take care of yourself, man. It's gonna be a crazy month and a half, man, or month. It's gonna be a crazy time, man. So definitely be careful. Just be careful. Now that's a good pick, the rapper, that book. You know, Team Alone, a lot of us are over this year, you know. But yeah, definitely be careful out here, man, because it's going to get crazy. This election is not going to go the way some of these people think it's going to go. And they're going to take it out on somebody. No, Queen, she is feminist minded. Just go look at some of the things that she has said. And that tells you everything you know about Kamala. I mean, Kamala just does not have a careful bone in her body for anybody except for herself. Even if she was a feminist, I still wouldn't trust her. with policy. I wouldn't trust her. She would do more damage than good.
Elect Jaye as president and Ill Wills as vice president.
Right, Ricky. Elect me as president. Definitely have ill wills. I have Ricky part of the cabinet. True. Abby, Gerald, all of them be a part of the cabinet. You know what I'm saying? M. Weezy, some of the members, Daisy. I have them in the cabinet. So yeah, definitely, man. We definitely put this country in the right direction. We definitely put this country in the right direction. Now, again, I do know some women that are feminists that they're not bad people at all. They just believe in womanism or whatnot. But there are feminists out there that mean they mean harm. They mean more harm than good. And they want to see men suffer. They want to take power away from men. They have no interest in working with them. They want to usurp what a man has built. So no, I can't with those type of feminists. Well, I've honestly, synchronicity, I would never say that all women are bad leaders. I know of women that have been very good in leadership roles, but it's fewer than it is larger. Because you cannot put a woman in a leadership position who has a disposition towards men. Okay? You have to put women in leadership positions that have a balanced mindset and that takes the leadership role seriously. And they are about enforcing leadership. Okay? They're about enforcing leadership. They're not about dividing. They're not about gender warring. They're about enforcing leadership. You know? If both sides don't like you, then you're doing something right. Or if they show respect towards you, you're doing something right. But they're just women that you cannot put them in no leadership positions, man. You just can't. They're just going to be way too emotional for that position. And way too easy to be corrupted. You know? They're too easy to be corrupted. Man, Kamala Harris is just happy. Kamala Harris' husband is just happy to be there. You know? Kamala Harris' husband is just happy to be there. He's happy somebody wants him. You got these guys, I don't care how smart they are, how much money they make. A lot of these guys are desperate to feel loved by somebody. You know? But yeah, man, that's it for me, man. This wasn't gonna be long live. I think I got everything I need to get across. Salute to everybody that's here. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. This is a good live show. I got some stuff out that I needed to say. And we definitely will do this tomorrow. I'll take calls then. I didn't today because, again, I didn't know if things were going to work well or not work. So I wasn't prepared for calls today. But, again, I appreciate all of y'all. All right? Moderators, members, if you want to become a member of the channel, click the join button, all right? Matter of fact, let me put this up. You know, join the channel. You can also, if you want to support the platform overall and support the content I'm doing, the podcast is where you want to support the podcast on Anchor. You can become a member on Patreon to support that. I'll bring on more guests. Like I told y'all, the podcast is going to be a place for me to sort of experiment, bring on guests, and see how that works, okay? But I do appreciate everybody and their support of me and for showing up, liking the stream. Even the people that don't like me, the views still count. You know, the views still count. All right. I'll see y'all next one. Y'all have a good rest of your afternoon. All right.